There was liquid water elsewhere in the solar system. We had been right.
I often stare up at the sky and stay awestruck by the magnificence it holds. There is no extent to the diversity and the magnitude of the universe.
They can last for months. They're visible from space. Mars just kind of turns into a hazy red ball.
With every passing day, we keep on discovering things that blow our minds again and again. NASA has always kept us hooked with its fascinating discoveries, and we have always been in awe of the latest finds by NASA.
At its heart lies a supermassive black hole. It is the first and only black hole ever photographed.
From the giant black hole that can engulf anything in its way to ice that burns like coal, this time it's discoveries by NASA that are too enigmatic to comprehend and too amazing to believe. So let's dive in to get mesmerized again. First interstellar object. As you sit gazing at the night sky, imagine witnessing a cigar-shaped object passing overhead. At this instance, you would have thought of nothing other than a UFO. But this is not a UFO. This is Oumuamua, an interstellar visitor discovered in 2017 that caught the attention of people across the globe. But what was an interstellar object doing in our solar system? For those of you who don't know, an interstellar is an object from another star. The trajectory Oumuamua was following made it clear that it wasn't just an ordinary asteroid or a celestial object orbiting Earth. This interstellar was indeed not from our solar system. Oumuamua was discovered in October 2017 by the Pan-STARRS 1 telescope in Hawaii while it was passing around the Sun's orbit. Oumuamua's brief visit left scientists with limited time to study it. Adding to the intrigue, scientists observed a slight change in its speed while it was passing through our galaxy, a fact that cannot be explained by simple gravity. There was an increase in acceleration as Oumuamua approached the Sun. Scientists have come up with explanations like maybe there was a release of gases as it neared the Sun, or maybe there was some mysterious propulsion mechanism going on. Whatever the reason was, this event did shock us for once. Oumuamua was a cigar-shaped body with a reddish color. Talking of its composition, it was thought to be rocky in nature. What set Oumuamua apart from hundreds of other discoveries is the fact that Oumuamua is the first confirmed extraterrestrial object witnessed in space. The images NASA got of the object are also mesmerizing, showing the object as explained by the scientists. Was Oumuamua on a collision course with Earth, or was it merely passing through? The answer remains shrouded in mystery. Ocean on Enceladus. Enceladus, Saturn's sixth largest moon, stands out as more than just another celestial body in our solar system. NASA has recently discovered the potential for life on Enceladus. Plumes of water vapors have been discovered on Enceladus's icy surface. These water vapors seem to be coming from a vast underground source, an ocean most likely. NASA's Cassini spacecraft mission detected these plumes of water vapors from the south polar region of Enceladus. The ocean is believed to cover the entirety of Saturn beneath its icy shell with a depth of 10 kilometers at the South Pole. And that's not all. Data analysis from these vapors suggests they are coming out of sources as large as Earth's all oceans combined, making us think again. How much of the universe have we actually explored? Scientists have made attempts to investigate the findings, and what they have come up with is shocking. These water vapors contain chemicals that can support life. Not only that, but hypodermal vents similar to those found on Earth are also expected to be found on the seafloor of Enceladus's ocean. The implications are profound. Can Enceladus harbor extraterrestrial life? Can it provide a habitat suitable for life to thrive? Questions we all need answers to. Giant black hole M87. Man has always been captivated by the mere concept of black holes. Hollywood movies, fictional books, cosmic discussions, black holes have always been a center of interest for us since Einstein first introduced the idea. But what Event Horizon Telescope captured in 2019 is beyond magnificent. EHT revealed for the first time a supermassive black hole, M87, also known as the giant black hole M87. The photograph shows the shadow cast by the black hole's event horizon, which is produced by a bright object revolving around the giant black hole. Anyone can be amazed by the sheer sight of it. Giant black hole M87 is 6.5 billion times the size of the Sun, leaving us awestruck again by its magnitude. Located in the heart of Messier, this giant black hole has captured the interest of scientists and space enthusiasts ever since it was discovered. And this is not all that Messier holds. Messier is known for its distinctive jet of matter. This jet of matter is fueled by immense gravitational forces that defy comprehension. So the concept of a black hole engulfing things is not all fantasy. There's reality to it. And despite being 55 million light-years away in the constellation Virgo, M87 holds the distinction of being the closest black hole to Earth ever recorded, making us ponder the limits of the universe once again. Habitability of Mars. Though Elon Musk has been dreaming of colonizing Mars since 2016, have you ever wondered if life ever existed on Mars before? Or is the environment of Mars suitable to support life now? From what NASA has gathered so far about the habitability of Mars, there are two important discoveries made till date. The first one is hydrothermal vents. Perseverance rover has analyzed rocks obtained from volcanic formations on Mars. And what came out of this investigation is astounding. These rocks contained elements like hydrated magnesium sulfate. Now, what makes it a sign of life on Mars? Elements like hydrated magnesium sulfate are formed in the presence of water or hydrothermal activity, strengthening the speculation that the planet once had a more watery environment than it does today. The second one is recurring slope lineae, or RSL. RSLs are dark, narrow streaks that are formed on slanting surfaces such as Martian craters or hillsides. RSLs also have a seasonal variation. They appear in summer and disappear in winter. Now, why am I mentioning RSLs and how they are related to life on Mars? According to a hypothesis, salts in Martian soil absorb water vapors and lead to a briny water eruption. This eruption is what you see in the form of RSLs on Martian craters. A spacecraft by NASA called Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, MRO, is dedicated solely for the purpose of studying these RSLs. So, have we really discovered signs of life on Mars? Exoplanets with potential for liquid water. Can life exist beyond the confines of Earth? It's a mystery that has intrigued us for decades. One significant event in unraveling this mystery is the discovery of exoplanets. So what exactly are exoplanets? Exoplanets are not a part of our solar system. They're celestial bodies orbiting their parent stars within habitable zones. And what are habitable zones? Habitable zones are regions around a star where the environment is favorable for water to exist on the surface of the planet. But how do scientists know about these exoplanets and habitable zones, all of which exist well beyond our reach? Scientists employ various methods to study these exoplanets, one of which is the transit method. In this method, experts study how a planet affects the light of its parent star as it passes in front of it. Another intelligent method is the radial velocity method. In this method, experts study the wobble of the star due to the gravitational pull exerted by the planet orbiting it. All these methods help scientists study the distance, size, and velocity of these exoplanets. After the scientists have studied the basic properties of these planets, now it's time to see the potential for life to exist on the planet. For that, scientists delve deeper, examining factors like composition, environmental conditions, water vapors, atmospheric pressure, and related parameters. This analysis will help them gauge the habitability of the planet. With over 5,600 exoplanets detected so far by NASA, the diversity is staggering. Some are smaller than Earth, Others rival Jupiter in size. Some are rocky, while others are gas giants. Some orbit within habitable zones, while others are far-flung from their stars. All in all, the discovery of exoplanets is a massive advancement in the field of astronomy. Telescopes like the James Webb Space Telescope, as well as missions like Kepler and TESS, are dedicated to studying these distant worlds. So can life exist beyond the borders of Earth? It's no longer just a question, it's a possibility inching closer to reality with each new discovery. Proxima Centauri b. A year on Proxima Centauri b, the red dwarf planet, is unlike anything experienced on Earth. It will take you 11.18 days to complete the whole year on this exoplanet. Not just that, but Proxima Centauri b is also an exoplanet, as I mentioned before. But what makes it different from others? Proxima Centauri b is the closest known exoplanet. That is almost 4.2 light-years away from planet Earth. This exoplanet orbits the dwarf star Proxima Centauri, which is located in the Alpha Centauri system. Its mass is 1.27 times that of the Earth, which means it's larger than planet Earth but smaller than Neptune and Uranus, so it falls into the category of the super-Earth. The burning question that arises here is Proxima Centauri b habitable? According to the latest findings, Proxima Centauri b orbits within the star's habitable zone, which means it can have potential water on its surface. But does this automatically imply it can support life? While water is a crucial factor for life, it's not the sole requirement. A number of other factors are required. A big problem with its habitability is that it's tidally locked, which means one side of the planet is always facing the star and hence the scorching heat from the star, while the other side always stays frozen. Definitely, it is not a good environment for life to exist. Another hurdle in the habitability of this exoplanet is that it's constantly subjected to the stellar flares of its parent star Proxima Centauri, which imposes a great threat to the atmosphere of this exoplanet. It can be stripped off any time. Solar Orbiter's closest ever images of the Sun. Imagine beholding the Sun from a point so close that your eyes struggle to comprehend and your mind reels in awe. This is precisely what the Solar Orbiter captured in March 2023, breaking its own record of capturing the Sun's closest images ever. When these pictures were revealed in 2023, everyone around the world was left spellbound by the magnificence of the giant star that lights planet Earth. The Solar Orbiter was able to capture details as close as 70 million kilometers, revealing details of the Sun's atmosphere never heard or seen before. Mind you, Earth orbits the Sun at a distance of 149.6 million kilometers, so you can imagine how close it would have been to the Sun. These pictures helped experts study a lot of new concepts about the Sun in detail. One of these features is the solar corona, the outermost layer of the Sun where the temperatures soar into the millions of degrees. Another one is the solar winds, a beam of charged particles constantly flowing out from the Sun. Study of these solar winds help us analyze the weather conditions and protect Earth from harmful radiations. The images also offered glimpses into solar flares, powerful bursts of energy erupting from the Sun's surface, and the intricate magnetic fields that influence solar activity and affect Earth's atmosphere. By understanding these solar mysteries, experts can predict conditions on Earth due to changes in the Sun's environment and take necessary measures in advance. Nonetheless, since these pictures are out, they have mesmerized every eye that witnessed them. Evidence of Superionic ice on Uranus and Neptune. Have you ever seen ice that defies convention, existing in a state that is both liquid and solid? Or ice that blazes with the heat of burning coal? We call it Superionic ice. Superionic ice is an area of extensive scientific research. But from where did the concept of Superionic ice come? Ice giants, Uranus and Neptune, are thought to harbor this enigmatic form of ice under their dense environment. Here's what is known about Superionic ice to date. This ice is formed under extremes of temperature and pressure. Temperature as high as 5,000 Kelvin, pressure as high as 343 gigapascals. Now you know what I meant by extremes. Scientists believe this form of ice exists as both solid and liquid. The oxygen atoms form the rigid crystal lattice of the ice, while the hydrogen atoms are free to move within the lattice, imparting a property to it not found in regular ice. That is electrical conduction. Since this discovery, scientists have been more and more interested in the environment of Neptune and Uranus. Are they mere ice balls, or more than what we know of them? The discovery of Superionic ice has helped scientists study the weather and environment of these planets in detail. It has also led scientists to think that under the icy blankets of these planets, there is a thick layer of dense material. So what do these planets hold in their cores? What do they harbor under their icy blankets? Questions we want science to answer. Methane clouds on Titan. Imagine experiencing rainfall on Titan only to realize later that it's not water, but methane. This is an everyday reality on Titan, Saturn's largest moon. Just like there is a water cycle on the surface of the Earth, there is a methane cycle on the surface of the Titan. Titan has lakes, oceans, and rivers that are composed of methane. This methane liquid evaporates into vapors, ascends to the sky, and forms methane clouds at an altitude of 20 kilometers. NASA Cassini spacecraft mission that orbited Saturn from 2004 to 2017 gathered data to study these methane clouds. According to these studies, these methane clouds are composed of methane ice crystals. These clouds tend to cluster near the moon's pole during the winters. There are certain regions of the Titan that are thought to be continuously experiencing methane rainfalls. And that is not all about it. Titan can experience a methane environment as severe as storms. So we can guess that Titan is all about methane. You must be thinking, is the environment of the Titan habitable? What we know from the scientific reports is that the environment of Titan is too cold for liquid water to exist. However, evidence suggests that methyl-based life forms can exist on the surface of Titan. So can humans live in this environment? Would that be a fantasy or a disaster? Complex organic matter on asteroids. We hear the news of an asteroid expected to hit the Earth every other day. What if I tell you these asteroids that are now considered a threat once may be responsible for life on Earth? Recent studies of meteorites called carbonaceous chondrites have revealed the presence of complex organic material, as complex as amino acids. Scientists speculate that radiation from the Sun triggers reactions on these asteroids that lead to the formation of these organic materials. But what are these organic molecules doing in space? Shouldn't they remain confined to Earth where life exists? Or is it another factor that strengthens the idea that life does exist beyond the borders of the Earth? Not only that, studies of asteroids in the outer main belt between Mars and Jupiter also confirm the presence of complex organic material on asteroids. This means these precursors of life are scattered throughout our solar system. It is possible that these asteroids collided with Earth in the distant past, delivering essential ingredients for life. And that doesn't stop here. Comets, and even the red planet, have also been found to contain complex organic matter. All these factors make us think that life is probably not limited to Earth. Giant dust towers on Mars. We've seen the Eiffel Tower, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and even the iconic Evla Tower. But Mars boasts its own unique spectacle, giant dust towers. Giant dust towers can be seen on Mars during specific times of the year. As tall as 80 kilometers and stretching across acres of Martian land, these dust towers are magnificent wonders of nature. But how do these towers actually form? At a specific time of the year, Mars experiences a global dust storm. These heavy winds lift dust particles into the air, leading to the formation of dust clouds. When enough dust is gathered, it attains the shape of giant towering columns. These dust towers are particularly more common during the spring and summer of Mars. NASA's Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, MRO, which has been orbiting Mars since 2006, revealed details of these dust towers that helped scientists evaluate the environmental conditions and habitability of Mars better. But these dust towers are more than just objects of fascination. They pose practical challenges for robotic missions on Mars meant to study the planet. These dust storms reduce visibility, obscure solar panels, and hinder communication. So, could these dust towers impede Elon Musk's ambitious plans to colonize Mars by 2050? Will SpaceX be able to come up with something practical to deal with them? Only time will tell. Earth-like planets in TRAPPIST-1 system. Beyond our solar system lies a vast expanse waiting to be explored. But are there more systems like it? Scientists have recently discovered that the TRAPPIST-1 system is much like the solar system. This system consists of 7 Earth-sized planets that orbit the small dwarf star called the TRAPPIST-1. Discovered in 2016 using the TRAPPIST telescope in Chile, the TRAPPIST-1 system is located 39 light-years away from the Earth in the constellation Aquarius. They have apparently a rocky composition like that of Earth with masses ranging from 0.4 to 1.4 times that of Earth. Unlike our solar system, the TRAPPIST-1 planets orbit much closer to their star, completing their years at a significantly faster pace than Earth. And what do we know about the habitability of this system? Well, out of 3, namely TRAPPIST-1e, TRAPPIST-1f, and TRAPPIST-1g orbit in habitable zones, which means they can probably support life. But similar to Proxima Centauri b, some of these planets experience tidal locking, which is not a favorable environment for life to exist. The TRAPPIST-1 system is an area of active research in the field of astronomy. Scientists are curious to know the potential for life to exist on these planets. So, can TRAPPIST-1 be the next target for colonization after Mars? Many years to get an answer. Galaxy Cluster Abell 2799. The most massive structure the human eye has ever witnessed is the Sun. What would it feel like to witness a structure 100 quadrillion times that of the Sun? We call it Galaxy Cluster Abell 2799. Located in the heart of the constellation sculptor, the Galaxy Cluster Abell is 7 billion light-years away from Earth, and this is the most massive structure ever discovered in the universe. So what is actually Galaxy Cluster Abell 2799? As the name indicates, it's a congregation of galaxies, and not 2, 3, or 10 thousands of galaxies held together by immense gravitational forces. Some are elliptical while others are spiral. Can you imagine the amount of energy this galaxy holds? Indeed, it's unimaginable. Discovered by astronomer George Abell in the 1950s, Galaxy Cluster Abell is a target of interest for studying evolution, the nature of megastructures in the universe, and the distribution of dark matter. Recent studies have revealed that there are smaller clusters that are about to merge with the main cluster. These collisions are known to spark processes of star formation. Yet the space between these galaxies is anything but empty. It's filled with a gaseous medium known as the intracluster medium. What is more interesting about this galaxy is that it is dominated by dark matter. In fact, it is the dark matter that is holding thousands of galaxies together. Do you think we would ever be able to fully explore Galaxy Cluster Abell 2799? Or will it stay an enigma of fascination for all times to come? Bizarre white dwarfs. White dwarfs have been known for quite a while now. These are actually stars that have exhausted their nuclear fuel. But there are some atypical forms of white dwarfs referred to as bizarre, the existence of which defies explanation. Here's how scientists label a white dwarf as bizarre. While white dwarfs slow down over time, if a white dwarf is found to be accelerating even after a long time, it is considered bizarre. Furthermore, white dwarfs have strong magnetic fields, but bizarre white dwarfs have unusually strong magnetic fields. Talking of mass, white dwarfs have masses ranging from 0.5 to 1.4 times that of the Sun. Dwarfs that fall out of this category are labeled as bizarre or weird. Let's move to the composition. White dwarfs are composed of electron-degenerate carbon and oxygen. However, bizarre white dwarfs have heavier elements in their composition like neon, magnesium, and silicon. Another factor differentiating a bizarre white dwarf from a typical one is the environment. Typical white dwarfs have a thin atmosphere of hydrogen and helium, while bizarre ones have oxygen, neon, and water vapors in their atmosphere. Is there any possibility that the Sun would ever exhaust its nuclear fuel and become a white dwarf? Would life be possible after that? Would that be the end of the world? Phosphine on Venus. Do you know Venus has a very hot, dense, and acidic environment? Yet a recent discovery by astronomers has left everyone in shock. Scientists have found phosphine on Venus's surface, a gas that typically cannot form under such hostile environments. On Earth, phosphine is produced by certain microbes or certain industrial processes. The discovery of phosphine on Venus has sparked debates since it is a potential biosignature. Is there life on Venus, a planet that is so close to the Sun? At this high temperature, how can their life be possible? Scientists have speculated that some geological or chemical process might be responsible for this gas production. So, nobody is certain if phosphine on Venus indicates life or not. Nonetheless, having extraterrestrial neighbors as close as Venus can be the most fascinating thing ever. So guys, that was it. Hope you enjoyed the video. What do you think about these discoveries by NASA? And have you ever heard of even more shocking findings by NASA before? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed what you saw, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating content like this. Also, don't forget to hit the bell icon so you can tune in to our next video right on time. Until next time.